Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Crystal Sykes, LadySavage.com. Just kidding. Just trying to be Robert over here. Robert's gone, so I'm stealing his office to do this video. So anyways, today I want to talk a little bit about cutting versus bulking because I get so many questions about this all the time. I have a few little notes in my phone that I'm going to bring up because I'm a space cadet and I'm not going to remember all of it. So let's talk a little bit about cutting versus bulking. I'm not going to go crazy in depth with either one of them. I just want to kind of give you guys a roundabout way of explaining what I would do in certain situations. We are nearing January 1st, and with that comes a lot of dieting, a lot of people pushing their products, a lot of people pushing like what they think you should do for the new year. You should lose weight, you should do this, you should do that. And really there's only three options. You can build muscle, you can lose body fat, lose weight, you can maintain, I guess there's four, you can maintain, or you can build fat. You can gain fat, not care, do whatever you want. So I'm going to talk about two of those today specifically. One, I don't recommend the gaining fat unless you are underweight and you need to build muscle or fat or whatever. And in that case, I would suggest doing the bulk that I'm about to be talking about. And if you're just gaining fat to gain fat for the heck of it and because you're not caring about your diet, then I'm not the person that you want to talk to. And for maintaining, that's really, really basic. I think a lot of people eat more intuitively when they are just maintaining weight, and it's a little bit easier. So we're going to talk about the two I get most questions on, and it is cutting and bulking. So there's a couple of different points I want to make. Let's talk about bulking first. So a lot of people want to lose weight and a lot of people want to gain muscle, and that is what a bulk is for. A bulk is to gain muscle. The bulk is to gain strength or stamina or whatever it is that you're looking for in your area of athleticism. So for instance, talking about bodybuilding or specifically weight training, strength training, things like that, let's talk about that. One, when you're bulking, I want to make sure that people realize that they need enough protein. Protein is what's going to help repair your muscles and build your muscles. So you need plenty of protein. What you also need a lot of is your energy source, whether that be keto and you're using fat, or you're eating with using carbs and you're using you're using carbs as your energy source. So either one of those, you're gonna need your energy source. You also need, if you are gonna choose to go the carb way, you're gonna need some fat as well because everybody's body needs fat. You can't go super ultra low fat. It's just really not good for anyone. So in the instance of keto or low carb, you're gonna need plenty of protein. The minimum that we recommend is 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. So if your body mass is 120, then you're going to want 120 grams of protein minimum per day. I would say anywhere between 1 to 2 grams per pound of lean body mass is pretty golden right there. If you don't know your lean body mass, you can get a DEXA scan, you can do it in body, you can do those kind of things. You'll just get like an estimated amount of what your lean body mass would be. Making sure that you're getting enough protein, and then the fat is where your energy is going to come from. So don't neglect that. Eat plenty of fat. Eat plenty of your fuel source, your energy source, the thing that's going to allow you to have the energy to go into the gym and get the work done. Does that make sense? So making sure to have plenty of fat and plenty of protein. Now, when I'm talking about plenty, I'm talking about lots of calories. You don't want them to be empty calories. You don't want it to be junk food. You don't want it to be like a whole bunch of just pork rinds. You want it to be from a really good, clean source. That is so important, especially in a bulking season. A lot of people use a bulking season as just like, I get to eat whatever the heck I want and I'm going to build muscle. that's not true. The higher quality food you have, the better options food that you have, is going to be put to use more in your system. So high quality meats, high quality dairy items, and if you want to do carnivore, fine. If you don't, then eat some good clean vegetables, but don't try to go for like a whole bunch of processed stuff. Don't eat like a whole bunch of just keto pizzas because you can. Just get good, clean, quality product. Make a lot of your meals at home. This is not the time to just go binge at whatever restaurant you want. I think that people need to realize that a bulk is you're still trying to hit a goal. You're still trying to achieve that goal. Now, another thing I see with bulks a lot is that people are eating a lot of food, but they're not using all of the energy that they're ingesting. So if you're eating a lot of fat, if you're eating a lot of protein, you need to put that energy somewhere else. And what I don't see people doing is going into the gym and challenging themselves every single time they're in there. So the whole goal of you eating more food is to actually burn more while you're working out to build that muscle, lift heavier weights, do more sets, do more reps, do more exercises, things like that. Like, you have to be challenging your muscles in order for them to grow. You have to tear your muscle fibers in order for them to grow. If you aren't getting sore, if you're not finding yourself fatigued by the end of the workout, then you might need to be readjusting the way that you're thinking about going into your workout. Make sure that you're eating plenty of food, lots of calories, plenty of food. Speaking from a female side of things, I would not ever go, we could talk about this in another video, but I always, for maintenance or building, I always, bare minimum with my female clients, I always try to get them above 2,000 calories. Easy. If you are putting that energy to use, you can easily eat 2,000 calories. We have clients that are eating normal height female clients who are maintaining their weight in a bulking season at 3,000 calories. And they're sustained, they're feeling great, they're feeling amazing, they're building muscle. And that's really what you want. You want to eat to hit your goals. You're not eating to gain fat, you're eating to gain muscle and putting your muscles to use in challenging them. So making sure to eat plenty of food. Now let's talk a little bit about a cut. This is where most people are going to go in the beginning of the year because it's a hype of January 1st. Let's hit new goals. We've been in quarantine all year. Let's try to do something about it. And I want to make sure that it's very clear. If you are not already eating enough calories, you should not continue or go for a cut. If you are eating 1,300 calories, 1,400 calories, 1,500 calories, 1,600 calories, you should not be headed towards a cut if that's what you've been maintaining for months, if not years. If you are in the process of a cut, keep going. You're doing great. But what I see a lot of people do is they go crazy during the holidays. They normally are eating so little, then they'll eat a ton during the holidays, and then they'll eat really little again come January. And what I like to make sure that people are doing is consistently eating at a maintenance or a surplus for their body. And then when you decide to do a cut, don't remove 500 calories from your diet. That's not going to get you anywhere. What you want to do is slowly taper yourself down week by week, 50, 75 calories per week, little by little, going down to make sure that what you're doing is sustainable. You're not shocking your body, putting it into starvation mode, anything like that. If you are not starting at a surplus, you don't have any runway. You don't have anything to take away from. If you're already eating 1,400 calories, what are you going to eat? 1,000? That is ridiculous. That is less than a toddler should be eating. So you need to start, I would recommend, you don't need to, but I would highly, highly recommend you start with a surplus maintenance calorie of at least 1,800 calories or so. For a lot of people, that is so many calories. But the way you get there is start where you are and slowly increase until you get there. If you're eating 1,400 calories and then all of a sudden you try to eat 1,800 calories, you're gonna put your body into shock. You're gonna feel so full, you might get sick to your stomach. But if you're just adding 75 calories of fat and protein per week, slowly, your body will adjust as you adjust your macros. I promise you, your stomach will feel better. You will have so much more energy. You will be excited to work out. You'll be excited to go do some cardio. You'll be excited to do some weight training, to play with your kids, things like that. Eating food will give you energy. And people are so afraid of eating more food because they're afraid of gaining body fat. But if you are eating food and then putting it to use, if you are eating food and then feeling so good that you want to go outside and play, or you want to go do this, or you want to go do that, then wouldn't you rather live that life feeling energized, feeling good, feeling awesome every single day, and then being able to go do those things if you want to? I personally would. I'd rather have the energy and all day long and not feel depleted and tired and not having enough calories. That just sounds miserable. So start at a surplus. If you are not at a surplus right now and you're planning to do a cut in the beginning of the year, I highly recommend you start increasing those calories right now. And then the other thing I really wanted to pay attention to was going slow and controlled. If you don't know how to do this on your own, Robert has built a program called Deeper Stay Keto. If you haven't heard of it, you can go check it out. I'll put the link down below. It is a program that you can do by yourself to make sure that you're eating at a surplus to start with, finding your protein threshold, and then starting a cut, starting and finishing and going through the whole cutting process by yourself through this program. It's super, super easy. It's laid out super easy. There's a bunch of videos that go along with it. This is not a video to like promote that at all by any means, but it is a way to help you make sure that you're doing it in the most healthy manner that you possibly can and really doing what's good for your body rather than going through these drastic cuts. So slow and controlled, whether you use Deeper Stay or you do it on your own, or you do it with a coach or something like that, make sure that you're doing everything super slow, super controlled, keeping your metabolism, your hormones, all of that in mind. Now, let's talk about like long-term versus short-term goals and making sure that what you decide come January is what you want for the long term. What you don't want to be doing is starting something in January and then the end of January you're like, we're still in quarantine, or the gyms aren't open still, or I'm tired of eating this way. Find something that's sustainable for you. Think about the long term. Think about, if I start something January 1st, do I want to keep doing that same thing come June? Come 6 months from now, will I want to keep working towards that goal if you haven't hit your goal by then? And if you don't, then I would rethink what your goal is. If your goal is to lose 30 pounds and you think that you're going to get it, you're going to get rid of it in the first month or two, reevaluate your goals, because it's not going to take just a month. It's not going to just take 2 months. It's going to take a lot longer. And think about your goal as a year long and decide, like, do I want to do keto? Do I want to do paleo? Do I want to do this? Do I want to start this exercise? Do I want to start that and continue it for 6 months, 9 months, a year? Pick something that's going to be sustainable for you for quite some time, because I feel like it truly is a lifestyle change when you decide to change your life. When I decided to quit smoking, I quit smoking. When I decided I wanted to change my life and change my diet, I changed my life and I changed my diet. I didn't halfway do it. I didn't halfway quit. I didn't halfway do anything. You make a decision and that's what you stick to and you do it. So I think that you really need to think about the long term. What do you want 1 year from now? If it takes you 1 year, are you willing to stick it out and actually do it for a year? If you're not, then reevaluate. Figure out what it is that's going to be sustainable for you for the next year to hit those goals, because things take time, especially if you're doing it a really healthy way. Another thing with cutting is making sure that you're not going too low. Let's never go below 1,300 calories. Literally, that is what a toddler should be eating. If you are a grown adult, you need to be eating more than 1,300 calories, I promise you. So if you're at the very, very base of your cut, 1,300 calories, and doing weekly caloric refeeds, you're gonna be totally fine, depending on your body type, but that is the lowest I will take any client ever of mine. So those are a few different things. I would be happy to go more in depth into like what a bulking season will look like for me, what a cutting season would look like for me, pictures of my body during those times of my life of like when I've chosen to do a cut versus when I've chosen to do a bulk. I've done bulks really wrong. I've done cuts, but only correctly because I had someone to lead me. If you have questions about what your macros should be or what you should be doing next, or maybe how to reevaluate your goals or whatever, there's a bunch of coaches out there. If you have questions about who's going to be a good coach, I know so many people that are great coaches. I do the connection calls where I do an hour-long call with you. I give you a goal, a structured plan for a week or two, and then we jump on another call. After you've done that first week or two, we can jump on another call, and we just kind of reevaluate week by week of what needs to happen for you. I don't do the daily one-on-one coaching. Robert does. I have tons of other friends that do coaching and things like that, and other calls and such. So depending on your sport, depending on your lifestyle, depending on all of that kind of stuff, we can find you a really good coach if you have more in-depth questions about your specific macros, your specific goals, things like that. We can't really do it over YouTube and online through videos and things like that, but we definitely can help get you hooked up with someone who can help you. But in the meantime, we're going to finish out December, and I just want to make sure that we are setting people up for success come January. January is such a hype up time. People are so excited to start a new year, start with new goals and things like that. And I want to encourage that, but I want to encourage that so that it's a long-term thing and we're not just trying to get you like this short-term, let's lose 5 pounds in 1 week. Like, let's do something that's realistic. Let's evaluate your goals now that it's still, early, mid-December, and see what's going to be good for you come a couple weeks and what that's going to look like 6 months, 9 months, a year from now. So anyways, there's a little bit of information about both sides of things. Whether you want to be going for muscle building or whether you want to be going for a cut and losing some body fat, it doesn't matter. It totally depends on your goal. But I want to make sure that you're set up for success either way that you go. Let me know if you guys want more in-depth videos. I can definitely tell you guys like I could do like a video of what exactly it would look like for me doing a bulk, what exactly it would look like for me doing a cut. So that it just gives you guys kind of some reference. I'm not going to do a cut and I'm not going to do a bulk. I'm going to stay where I am in my happy medium right now. But I can kind of give you guys an explanation of like what that would look like for someone like me with my body type, and you might be able to get an idea more so of what that would look like and meal timings and all of that kind of stuff. So if that's an interest of your guys's, please just comment below. Let me know what you guys are kind of thinking, if there's anything else that you guys are looking forward to. And for now, I'm gonna go, but I hope you guys choose your goals wisely, think long-term, not short-term, and we'll talk to you guys later.